right, new explorers make the same mistakes.
Navigating the world is a whole lot easier with a few different identities to choose from. Need me to come up with some for you?
I'm used to the rain, but you should probably use an umbrella. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's all part of the learning process.
Take your true form!
Let me try.
Time for retribution!
By ordinance divine!
Finally,
Manifest!
Taste my food.
Verdict to the fairy.
Cut down.
Finally,
Guess we can rest a bit.
retribution!
How was I?
In this weather, I can freeze monsters in place and simply let the lightning bolts take care of.
Do your master's bidding!
That's my time, Killer.
I still have a lot to do at the guild. How about you take a rest while I go back? Guess we can rest.
Ad Astra Abyss. Thank you for completing today's commissions. Here is your reward.
Traveler, hurry! It's almost time for us to join Hotel for dinner! Ooh, and we'll be meeting at Shinyu... As expected of the parlor director, always so generous! Come on, let's go! Oh, so that's how it is. Thanks for the suggestions, Mr. Zhongli. I have them all noted down.
I've long heard that your knowledge encompasses all things old and new, Mr. Zhongli. But I never knew that you were well versed in the art of cooking, too. It is truly an honor to make your acquaintance.
No need for formalities. I too feel humbled to be in the company of such talented young people. There are many things I could learn from you.
Oh, you flatter us. If it's possible, may I trouble you to provide a few words of guidance for my practices in exorcism?
Exorcism? I can't say I'm an expert in the field, but if you don't mind, we could start by discussing...
Whoa, there's so many people here! All we knew was that Hotel invited Zhongli over. Paimon never thought we'd be meeting so many old friends! Happy Lantern Ride, everyone!
Likewise. Please take a seat.
Happy Lantern Rite! Are you having fun? Me too. I've seen Xinyan perform before, but this is the first time I've watched something like this. I heard that the audience loved it too, and she's been receiving quite a lot of performance invitations lately. She's more busy than ever, and Yoonjin's gonna help her.
Yep, and they asked us to pass on their season's greetings to everyone. They hope we'll have a wonderful gathering.
The performance was spectacular indeed. However, it gave Xiangling a huge burst of inspiration, which in turn gave us a bit of a headache.
Us? Did Xiangling ask you to try out her dishes too?
That, my friend, is beside the point. Watching you eat was enough for me. Come to think of it, I probably shouldn't have burdened Chongyun with eating my share too.
Hold on, Xiangling came up with a new recipe? Let Paimon try! See, someone here knows how to encourage people. Oh, and I have to thank Mr. Zhongli too. He gave me lots of useful... Oh, so that's what you were talking about before we arrived.
Yes. Since we'll be dining together, the topic of our conversation naturally... Xiangling's ideas are truly unconventional. Her choices in both ingredients and spices are comparable to a melody dancing on the tongue. My suggestions were nothing more than the icing on the cake.
Oh, the two of you. Now I'm getting embarrassed. Anyway, I'll get everyone to have a taste after I've adjusted the recipe based on Mr. Zhongli's advice.
That sounds like it might become a little safer to eat.
How about I sample the dish?
Speaking of eating, Paimon feels like we're missing someone. Oh, Huta was the one who invited us, but she's not here. Oh, Guoba volunteered to help Dad at the restaurant. You know, lots of people come over to eat during Lantern Rite. Without Guoba help. As for Hutao...
The director went to collect a guest. She asked me to stay here and host you for the time. Seems like it's almost...
Huh? Hutao went to fetch someone in person? Or could it be...
She didn't clarify. And as her subordinate, I couldn't just pry into the details, could I?
Ta-da! We're here! Oh, we're not late to the party. Good thing the Conqueror of Demons and I are both as swift as the wind. And whoosh, we made it just in time.
Oh, I see. So the important guest is the Conqueror of Demons. I've been looking forward to meeting you. The director didn't mention anything when she invited us. What a pleasant surprise. Gathered here with us tonight are not only young and accomplished individuals, but also the protector of Leo's peace, Adeptus Alatus. To convene here with all of you is indeed a great honor.
It's almost Lantern Rite, yet you took all the trouble coming here.
The director has a way of making it difficult to decline.
Rex Lapis, may I ask what troubles you?
The director asked me to buy sesame oil in preparation for the celebrations.
Then why would you come all the way to Wangshu Inn?
I had a pleasant chat with Chef Yenchao and received some spices from him. And, see? Here's some matsutake and a portion of ham.
What about the sesame oil?
It's a shame. I couldn't find the kind the director was looking for.
I'm sure you're exaggerating, Zhang... Sir.
There he goes again. Enough with the pleasantries. Go let our guests take a seat. Everyone here today is well known in their own field and has probably heard about one another to some extent. Some of us are even old acquaintances, so there's no need to be this formal. I heard that the Conqueror of Demons and the Traveler are pretty close, no? Great! You two sit together.
You should take a seat too, Director.
Oh, finally remembered me? When we arrived just now, the host at Shinue Kiosk told me our dishes are almost ready. Perfect timing. Let's not wait any longer and ask them to bring out the food. Paimon would have never guessed the person who Tao went to fetch was Xiao.
Oh, that's also the first I've heard of the Traveler and Paimon being friends with the Conqueror of Demons.
You know Xiao Chu?
Knowing is a bit of an overstatement. I've always looked up to him. You might not know this, Paimon, but we exorcists have worked in close collaboration with the Conqueror of Demons for many generations, dispelling evil together, both in the open and from the shadows. Hard to imagine that thanks to Hu Tao, I've finally gotten the chance to meet him. Conqueror of Demons?
Likewise.
It is a great honor indeed to have a chance to meet the legendary Conqueror of Demons. Changyun has brought that name up quite a few times in the past. I remember you mentioning wanting him to understand the importance of exorcists.
We know each other too. He helped try my dishes during the Masterful Chef's cook-off. I didn't think we'd have the chance to meet again. Happy Lantern Rite!
No anecdote, however, compares to meeting you in person. I'm Xingqiu. Xiangling and Changyun's friend. The pleasure is all mine.
Whoa, everyone's getting all formal and polite. Adeptus Shao, mighty conqueror of demons! Please accept Paimon's greet. Paimon tried very hard to look for a fancy word.
There's no need to be so polite.
You're right. This was meant to be a nice little get-together between friends. I didn't plan this gathering only for everyone to walk on eggshells.
What's your true intent?
A little get-together between friends, sipping the finest tea and watching lanterns. And that is something our consultant would say. I think it deserves...
Indeed. Exceptional acting skills, Director.
As for me, I'm just here to have fun and treat everyone to something good. We all worked really hard this year. Whether traveling or guiding, cooking, helping with the family business, exercise, and of course, our consultant, who's been helping out at the parlor every now and then. Everyone has done some pretty amazing things. As the one who brought everyone together, it goes without saying that I'm the one most deserving of praise.
Huh? Sounds kinda self-important, but... Paimon thinks it's pretty amazing that she managed to talk Xiao into coming.
It wasn't as complicated as you think.
Okay, gotcha. Thanks, boss lady.
It's not boss lady, just boss. And there she goes. What a lively girl.
Conqueror of demons, Adeptus Shao. Guardian of Wangshu Inn. Here, I know you're there.
Quiet. Do not disturb the peace.
Sorry, but you wouldn't show up if I didn't yell your name, would you?
I know you. You're the 77th director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Is there something you need?
That does sound like one of Hu Tao's antics.
Did the Conqueror of Demons agree to come so that Hu Tao would stop pestering?
There might be other...
Smart guess.
Huh? There's more to it?
It gets pretty boring from here on. I talked about the funeral parlor's past relationships with the Guardian Yakshas. You know, just...
In the time of the Archon War, disputes were frequent, and disaster overtook the land. Humans couldn't escape from the torment of the plague, nor could they escape. The Adepti vanquished the demons, the Millelith fought valiantly, and Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was responsible for purifying the diseased and sending off the spirits of the dead. That is how the border between life and death was maintained during the war. And it effectively prevented further incidents from happening.
That's right. 1 point for the consultant. But despite our deep-rooted connection, it still took me quite a while to actually convince him. You know him pretty well, huh?
This matter is out of my control, so I need to be cautious.
True, but I've kept that in mind too. That's why everyone here today is in one way or another acquainted with elemental power. Besides, it'll only be for a short while as we dine together. There won't be any lasting consequences.
But I didn't expect there to be so many people.
There's no need to worry, Conqueror of Demons. Our young exorcist over here is protected by his pure yang energy, so he's probably the most...
That's not the same. And did you just toss your carrots into my bowl?
Huh?
I'm siding with Changyun. I saw that. You're lucky Guoba isn't here today. He hates seeing people being picky with their food. If he'd seen that...
Huh? Guoba would do that? Is he that uncompromising? But now that I think of it, Xiangling told me that Guoba used to be the stove god.
It sounds like you've heard the rumors.
I'm doing fine. Not long ago, before Lantern Rite, I met an old friend. Thanks to his help, things have been a lot more stable than before.
Right! Wait, what?
Seeds of story.
And cultivated by... Did Paimon just unconsciously complete that voice? Could it be?
If I'm not mistaken, don't just sit there, Zhongli. No such need. You finally let me. Hello, hello. No matter if we've met before or not, this moment marks a brand new encounter. Old friends.
Oh, it's the tone deaf.
Huh?
Oh, he seems to carry a valiant breeze wherever he goes. Fate has brought us together, so come on, take. This young lady here is as bright as a fresh bouquet of flowers in the morning's rising sun. Whoa, these dishes look amazing.
Huh, it's you.
Oh, isn't this Genyu? Genyu? Yep. Now that I've taken a closer look, you're a fan of Genyu's works. I met Xingqiu at a light novel convention. I never expected that there'd be another person in this world who could interpret
Venti, you're being too humble. Considering your poetic talent, your fundamental.
Could this new guest be Master Xingqiu's friend?
Yeah! Xiao, you remember me too, right? We had a chat not long ago.
Yes. Monsters become more active than usual as we get closer to Lantern Rite. I was patrolling Dihua Marsh a few days ago when I happened to run into this.
You've already forgotten? I'm a bard, remember? And bards go around singing wherever they like.
Oh, right. And this bard was a moving melody. And it made me feel relaxed and at ease. I couldn't help.
Thank you for your patronage.
I understand now, too. I'm Zhongli, currently working at the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. It's a pleasure to meet you, new friend.
And I'm his boss. Oh, and if there's anything unsatisfactory...
That's very considerate.
Oh? No wonder. Only a boss as savvy and reliable as you would be able to hire such an impressive consultant. Oh, you're too nice, Sven. Not to brag, but our consultant truly is impressive. His knowledge extends across the stars and the land. From the sophisticated way he speaks, it's hard not to suspect... Xiao, you're an adeptus.
Sorry. I'm only good at conquering demons. I'm afraid I don't have much knowledge in that matter.
Yeah, but Paimon thinks you're super knowledgeable. Huh? Xiao's a warrior. He doesn't come to the city very often, so it's,
I've actually heard a few things about Mr. The guests in the tavern talked about this refined and courteous man who, instead of having wine at Mondstadt's finest tavern, ordered a cup of hot tea with the most complex name.
Now that you mention it, I seem to recall that there indeed is a musician like you. I've heard that he's elegant and amiable, his works witty and vibrant. It's no overstatement to regard him as the best.
Now, I would say that Mondstadt's poetry is a little There's one I heard a while back that went, The old house is renewing. The meaning's there, but the word choices are unimaginative, and there's a distinct... I think so, too. If I were to give it an old melon on a vine, a new flower that grows fine. Oh, good one! It feels unique and has a nice ring. You have great taste, Venti. I was right about you. Of course!
Hey, Xingqiu! Mind lending me a few books when we get back? Pick out some... I don't know if it's my own lack of literary knowledge, but I couldn't tell the difference between those...
I don't think it's...
Chongyun's right. It's not our fault.
Oh, you have a point. But speaking of, why is the Tone Deaf Bard here? Are you...
I heard that Liua will be hosting a Lantern Rite music festival this year. As a musician, getting to know other musical styles is essential to sparking inspiration. As for the Fontaine friend who hosted the festival, I saw him near Stonegate. The Iridescence tour has finally been held successfully for once. Don't think anything of it. By the way,
I was watching as you entered Shinyue kiosk, but no. Should I say that it's because I'm an expert in hiding, or that a certain someone deliberately ignored the sound of the wind?
Whenever Lantern Rite comes around, people are all busy watching the lanterns and strolling around the shops, and they might just go travel somewhere on a whim. The festival is in full swing and proceeding smoothly. And we're all gathered here with Fred to come together with all of you at the beginning of the year. In a moment like this, I propose we raise a glass together. In my case, tea in lieu of wine.
Very well said, Mr. Zhongli. Now I'm getting a little self-conscious. I didn't cause you too much trouble. We usually drink wine during occasions like this over in Mondstadt. But since Mr. Zhongli
You're welcome. As the host of this gathering, I hope considering that everyone may have other matters to attend to.
All of a sudden, they started proposing toasts.
What's with the urgency?
Have you two finished? It's always nice to have a breath of fresh air after a meal.
Paimon will come too. Yeah? Okay then.
Let's depart.
About you and could he be a part?
That's right. You know how my family is.
Ah.
Did you talk about anything interesting before we started?
Oh, Mr. Zhongli told us that he went on a trip to Qiaoyang Village the other day and got a hold of some uncommon ingredients.
Oh, no, those ingredients would be... I guess I'll need his help.
It seems like our new friend is an expert in wine.
I deserve no such praise. I only drink for... I'm glad we're only having tea today. What if I got drunk and said something nonsensical? I'd surely become...
No such thing. I wouldn't dare disrespect the...
Are you all right? It's hard to describe. It's not that. There were those among the Adepti who loved gatherings and idle chit-chat. Sometimes they would call up a few others for it. The Adepti all have their specialties, making most of them proud and arrogant. Everything they say, but this time... No. So you know his true identity. The Animo Archon is a free spirit, and his temperament is as carefree as the music he plays on the flute. It's easy for a god like him to live in harmony with humans, and that's something I might never be able to do. No matter. I know whenever I think of the ordinary conversations I've had with you, it feels... Yes, the parlor director went out of her way with the invitation, so it was difficult to turn her down. She told me that all the guests today would be acquainted with elemental, but I didn't expect the other guests to be. General Capisis always said that we should live in the present and enjoy every pleasant surprise. Perhaps that's but I think he meant designing clothes for those around him. The clothes were intricately designed, but inconvenient to wear. Brother Bosacius never tried to hide his distaste in front of him. Rex Lapis did like his designs and even collected quite a few. The outfit he wears now was also designed by General Capisis, and I never saw him wear this during the war. I didn't expect him to start wearing it later.
Oh, here you are. I'm not in...
You're not.
Hu Tao saw that everyone's done eating and asked this Paimon got so anxious that you weren't back yet that she scarfed down her dessert without the usual slurping and munching. To be honest, you looked a little restless just now, and I thought you weren't used to the food here and was planning to...
You're worrying too much. Why would I? Anyway, let's head...
Please wait! There's another reason why I came here. Take these.
Almond toast?
Yup. Since the Masterful Chef's competition, you could say that Yan Xiao and I are not only competitors. I heard him say that the esteemed guest on the roof loves nothing more than a good plate of almond tofu. I'll be honest, before Hu Tao invited everyone, she secretly came looking for me, told me about the guest she planned to invite, so I made a few servings of almond tofu for you guys. When I told Guoba that I was making these for you, he started eagerly running around the kitchen and helping a lot too.
Thank you for the trouble. I'll take them.
You're welcome. Oh, the almond tofu I made probably tastes and feels a little different from the type Yan Xiao cooks.
Okay.
Alrighty, we should head back.
You're finally done whispering secrets to each other? So much for promising Paimon you'll be back soon. How could you say that to Paimon? In that case, besides having no sense of time, Paimon will let your dessert is all Paimon's.
Sorry to keep everyone waiting.
No worries, we're all just chatting here. There's no serious business. Whether we're chatting outside or inside, it's all the same.
Paimon's too busy eating to talk to you.
But even though we're all well acquainted by now, I think this...
Oh? Is this some local custom?
Nope. This is something I made up so that good luck will be on our side. Spontaneity is the best choice to make here. It's been lit for so long now that the incense is running out. I'll leave refilling and lighting the incense to the most distinguished guest. Lighting the incense will signify continuous growth.
I see. Perfect. And speaking of the most distinguished guest here today, I'm sure we all agree that it's Mr. Zhang. I'm not very familiar with the details of his past deeds, but chatting with him has been a real eye-opener. Even for a bard who has traveled all across the world. If knowledge were a form of power, one could even say they...
But when it comes to having a way with words, the notable bard is certainly one cut above the rest. I just happen to have a good memory. It is such an unexceptional skill, yet you made it sound like an unparalleled talent. I am truly impressed. Since we all get to nominate someone... I think it's only fair that we let the parlor director light the...
Huh? That won't do. Don't flatter. We are looking for the most distinguished guest here. Now that we've enjoyed this table full of delicacies...
Is this really the way this works?
It's not a bit... Just look at her! Xiangling, the disciple of an adeptus, the stove god's best companion, the winner of the Masterful Chef's competition. The only heir of the famous One Mean restaurant. A good old friend of mine. There's no better choice.
Why does Paimon feel like we're...
Please stop! You're making... If we're looking for a distinguished guest, surely the second son of the Feiyun Commerce Guild counts. It's one of the largest commerce guilds...
Huh? Don't get me...
Oh, not a bad choice. With the Commerce Guild's young master...
That's not how it works. Making a fortune is indeed a fine wish. But it's of lesser importance than good health, which means we should choose Chongyun.
Huh? I can't be the one when we have the Adeptus Xiao has the most seniority among everyone here today.
I refuse. I am most certainly not the most distinguished guest here. You should all be able to make the right judgment based on your observation. One person here is well acquainted with everyone else.
Oh, that's right! Even though you're always mocking Paimon, No, wait! Paimon said she wouldn't talk to you again. Huh? Who else is there? Huh? Does that mean...
Oh, well, I agree. Paimon's without a friend constantly by your side. But once you have someone there...
The traveler has traversed many nations and left behind a great deal of fascinating stories. But without Paimon plays an indispensable...
You guys... those were genuine compliments. Thank you. You made Paimon wait for a long time.
Don't take everything to heart, Paimon. Friends teasing.
That
means Paimon is as important. Looks like we've come to an agreement.
I trust the traveler.
Then Paimon it is. And now, the world's most excellent traveler's greatest companion, guide, and friend, Paimon, will be refilling and lighting the incense for us. Here you go. Take the match. It's getting late. I won't take up any more of your time. You're all free to go as you please.
Yep, the tea was.
You don't have to go all polite on me. It's dark out, so I'm going to accompany Xiangling, Xingqiu, and Changyun back home. As for the rest,
No need. I'm headed towards the harbor to meet a friend on the ship. There's no... I think you know the place I'm talking about. Come meet me. It was great getting to know you all.
Bye. Oh, We'll catch you all later then. Don't forget to return to the parlor later. There's some...
Understood. See you later.
Rex Lapis.
Just Zhongli will do. I live as a mortal in Liu Harbor now. I am just one among many who begin work at sunrise and if we were to consider status and seniority as Zhongli, I should be respectfully referring to you as...
Heaven forbid. Not you too.
I meant what I heard that during the Lantern Rite Music Festival, you conferred with Streetward Rambler and Cloud Retainer. I take it the same truth will sound different coming from different people. As more bear witness to a story, I once had a pleasant chat about the past and present with a Sumeru scholar named Soraya, and learned a few things about her from the evidence she found and the conclusion she made. Her area of research is all, but there are multiple sides to humans and gods alike. In the legends recorded by humans, some gods were depicted as arrogant and condescending. But whether to me, Streetward Rambler, Cloud Retainer, or younger adepti such as Shao and Ganyu, those adepti and gods that may seem extraordinary to humans, are something more akin to close companions. This was as true back just how Shao may seem unapproachable to most, but the Traveler has proved otherwise, so there's no need to dwell too much on certain things.
I mean...
It looks like you understood what I meant. The director asked me to accompany you on your return, but I don't think you'll need my protection. After that, it'll be time for me to go...
Bye, Xiangling. Everyone's gone. Paimon always feels a little empty. Like, at least, no. Paimon got it mixed up. Paimon, the best and most distinguished travel guide. Good that you shall. Is there anything else you want to...
No need. I've stayed here for much longer than I had expected. The events of today occurred so abruptly. Okay, I'll...
Okay. Now, listen, don't try to tell me you ain't the same way.
The Adeptus seeking I've also got just...
The show's about to start.
This is such a cool ship! Facing the sea breeze and gazing out at the soaring seagull. Kazuha, how about I stay here and be the ship's resident bard?
With your level of artistic finesse, I'm sure nothing, but I'm afraid the sailors aboard are not the most versed in the arts. They probably wouldn't understand the deeper...
You can't say that for sure. Poetry is spur-of-the-moment creation. There's a port in Mondstadt too, but I rarely... Speaking of ships, everything's perfect about this one, Could you tell your captain that my height says nothing of my age? I'm way past drinking age. How often does one get to enjoy a seafood feast on a ship? It'll be a real
There's not much It's not because Captain Beto's not on the ship right now, but because there's no room for negotiation. Even I have to sit in the no-drinking zone every time.
But I don't get drunk after do those symbols really mean?
You should really bring the Knights of Favonius with you next time.
What in the world do those symbols really mean?
Stabilize! Be still. Cascade!
Order guide you!
Cascade!
Following orders. Mind the deluge.
sure I've forgotten something. Not to worry. Send someone to fetch it. As soon as I remember what it was. Ah. Solidify! Be still. This is order. Gather! Cascade! Stabilize!